Good morning, dear students. Let's study English second. Okay, that's the lesson is Go Kiss the World. Okay, before taking the lesson, let me ask you a question. How do you feel when you do something with your parents? Usually, you help your parents. Sometimes you see a lot of things that are done by them. Okay, what do you feel about that works? And when you do that works, how do you feel it? Okay, and this lesson is an autobiography written by Subrodo Bagchi. It's taken from the autobiography of Subrodo Bagchi. We'll see the details of the author from page number 130. This is an address by Subrodo Bagchi, Chief Operating Officer of Mindtree Limited, to the class of 2006 at the Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, on the definition of success. Mindtree is one of India's most admired software services companies. Bagchi was born and brought up in a small town in Orissa. Inspired by his mother's dying words to him, he wrote Go Kiss the World, which was published in 2008 and went on to become a bestseller. Okay, this is an inspired work, and when you study it, you also will feel so. I think so because I got a lot of inspiration because we do a number of works from our from our family with the parents, but we are not aware what we are doing. But later on, only we will turn back and recognize how it was useful or how it has influenced each areas of our life. Later on, only we will understand it. Okay, we'll see and the detailed study here. This is an address by Subrodo Bagchi, Chief Operating Officer of Mindtree Limited. Okay, Mindtree Limited, that is a software company, and he is a Chief Operating Officer there. And this is an address to the students of Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore. And here he defines what is success. Okay, success we cannot define properly, but from our own life, from our own experience, we can say what is success. And he tells what is success from his own life. He takes the example of simple day-to-day life and defines what is success. Okay, and actually he was born and brought up in Orissa, but he was inspired by his parents. And this particular work is written out of the inspiration from his mother's dying words. He wrote this lesson, that is, this is one of the lessons from his autobiography, and this is Go Kiss the World. You will understand the meaning of it later when you study this lesson, Go Kiss the World, which was published in 2008 and went on to become a bestseller. Okay, because when you read this, if you read it properly, if you go through the lesson, you will understand why this is a bestseller or how it has become the bestseller, because you will get a lot of inspiring messages from this particular lesson. Take page number 110. Let's start the lesson. Go Kiss the World. Sometimes there are lessons even in small things that we do. What are the routine tasks that you do at home? What activities do you participate in regularly with your parents or grandparents? What lessons do you learn from them? Okay, you answer these questions by yourself. In this autobiographical narrative, the author pays tribute to his parents. He also gives us an insight into how the strong morals and the simple principles followed by his family enabled him to achieve success in life. Okay, that means regular works only they did, routine task, but they inspired actually a lot. How can it inspire? That means when you do the simple things with your parents, how can it inspire you? And this is a tribute to his parents. You know what is a tribute? As an act of respect, he did it. Let's start the lesson. I was the last child of a small time government servant in a family of 5 brothers. My earliest memory of my father is as that of a district employment officer in Koraput, Orissa. There was no electricity, no primary school nearby, and water did not flow out of a tap. As a result, I did not go to school until the age of 8. I was homeschooled. Okay. And this particular author, Subrata Bagchi, he is the last child in his family, and he is a child to a government servant, and he of five brothers. My earliest memory of my father is as that of a district employment officer in Koraput, Orissa. That means he is a government employee, and he had government salary too, and there was no electricity. When he was a child, when his father was working in the government office, at his home there was no electricity, no primary school nearby, and water did not flow out of a tap. These are the primary things which we have. We have electricity. Okay. Also, school, especially for us, school going is not at all a problem for us. Every facility we have, and also water did not flow out of a tap. What does it mean? They did not have a water tap. The supply was not given there. As a result, I did not go to school until the age of 8. I was homeschooled. Until the age of 8, he got education from his own house. My mother had come as a refugee from the then East Bengal. She was a matriculate when she married my father. My parents set the foundation of my life and the value system that makes me what I am now and largely defines what success means to me today. As a district employment officer, my father was given a jeep by the government. While he could use the jeep to commute to his office, my father refused, saying that it was not his jeep, but the government's jeep. He would walk to his office. The jeep driver was treated with the respect due to any other member of my father's office. Okay. My mother had come as a refugee. What is the meaning of refugee? You know the meaning. It's given there too. A person who has been forced to leave his or her country and settle somewhere else. Okay. And she was a refugee from the then East Bengal. She was a matriculate. Matriculate, you know, that one who completes the college or university, or the then time, maybe it may be 10th standard, almost equal to the 10th standard. Okay, she was a matriculate. That means she was educated. When she married my father, my parents set the foundation of my life and the value system that makes me what I am now and largely defines what success means to me today. Okay, and he defines here what is success. He tells that this concept, this idea, this conviction of success is given from his own family, parents. Okay, and he did not look for a leader who was a prominent leader in India. He got everything from his own parents. I happen to see students, when I ask them, who is your role model? They will say, my father is my role model, or my mother is my role model. Why? Because they have seen a lot of things from their parents. Okay, parents must be the inspiration. You must get something from your parents. You have to get a model life from your parents. Okay, and here he got a value system from his own parents, and he defines success from the concept, from the conviction that he has derived from his own parents. As a district employment officer, my father was given a jeep by the government. This is the first incident that he is going to tell. Okay, when he was working as a government officer, You know that in those days there was no car. There was only jeep, and also it will be a hilly area or village like place. So he had been given a jeep by the government. But what did you do? What did he do? We have seen many people having government jeep, but they will be using it for their own purpose too, isn't it? Okay, but what did he do? Why he could use the jeep to commute to his office? Commute means for going and coming. My father refused. He told that I don't want the jeep to come to my home. Okay, saying that it was not his jeep but the government's jeep. Okay, and if it is a government's jeep, what he must do? He has to be responsible for the for this particular vehicle. If he is using it for the private use, that is not fair, because the government trusts him. That is why he told that I don't want that jeep. He would talk to his office. Sorry, the jeep driver was treated with respect due to any other member of my father's office, and he had a jeep driver too, and he gave importance even to that driver. He considered this driver just like any other persons who are there in the office. That means he did not consider this driver as a person who has low standard. He did not show any kind of discrimination. This is the first lesson that he had learned from his father. That means if you are given a public vehicle, or if you are appointed in a public institution, what you must do, you should not use the public things for the benefit of your private matters. Okay, that's the first lesson that he learned. Our day used to start with the family huddlings around my mother's chulha, an earthen fireplace that she would build at each place of posting where she would cook for the family. The morning routine started with tea. As the brew was served, father would ask us to read aloud the editorial page of the Statement's Mufassal edition, delivered one day late. We did not understand much of what we read, but the ritual was meant for us to know that the world was larger than Koraput, and the English I speak today, despite having studied in an Orient medium school, has to do with that routine. Okay, our day used to start with a family huddling. He did not learn the lesson of success from great things. Okay, day-to-day life, the things that he did day-to-day from his home helped him to make a strong conviction about success. Our day used to start with a family huddling. What's the meaning of huddling? Meaning is crowding together. Okay, that's a nice custom. If you gather together at a time, sometimes we may not have time at morning, but earlier usually we used to gather in the fireplace. Okay, that's a great moment. Now there is no time, and now we use gas stove. That's why there is no place for it. Anyway, morning they gathered together in the fireplace. Fireplace, that is almost equal to meaning is given the stove of a traditional make. Okay, and that we used to make out of bricks. Okay, I think you have seen. Okay, and we will gather together there at morning while mother will be cooking, and an earthen fireplace that she would build at each place of posting. Why? Because as a government servant he had to move according to the transfer. He used to get transfer. That's why she will make this fireplace in each place, and we will gather together there where she would cook for the family. She will be cooking and we all will be gathering together there. The morning routine started with tea. Okay, this was the first thing. As the brew was served, brew meaning is given the cup or mug of tea or coffee. Okay, as the tea was served, father would ask us to read aloud the editorial page of the Statements Mufozil edition. And this is a newspaper, and he will ask, when we sit together, he will ask us to read that. We did not understand much of what we read. That is an English edition. That is why they did not understand anything. Many things they did not understand. But the ritual was meant for us to know that the world was larger than Koraput, and the English I speak today, despite having studied in Orient Media School, has to do with that routine. Okay, and when you read a newspaper or book, what's the thing that you get? You will be learning language. You will be learning the use of language. You will be able to communicate fluently in the language. Okay, these are the benefits that you get when you read newspaper and also the books. Okay, when you read newspaper, another benefit is that you will know a lot of things about what is happening around us. We know only what is seeing there in front of our eyes, but there are many things that is happening in the world. When you read newspaper, you will be aware of even that things. That's the other thing. And he understood that the world is larger than Koraput. If they did not read this newspaper, actually they would be living there in that local area, and their life will be ended there. But they could understand the things that is happening in the world. That is another lesson. One more lesson he studied. What is that? Okay, that means he studied English that he uses today from that reading. You know that childhood is the best time to acquire language. Okay, so the language acquisition and the learning of a number of words, vocabularies, okay, that is taken or that is given or that is got out of this reading newspaper. So two lessons he learned. One is that when he was a government officer, he did not use jeep. That's why he understood one lesson. Second one, when he read newspaper, he understood that the world is larger than Koraput, and also he learned English. Okay. After reading the newspaper aloud, we were told to fold it neatly. Next lesson. Father taught us a simple lesson. He used to say, you should leave your newspaper and your toilet the way you expect to find it. That lesson was about showing consideration to others. Okay. Another lesson that he got after reading the newspaper is that you must fold the newspaper neatly and keep. Father taught us a simple lesson. Okay, and when you are a child, you will be getting all this routine. Okay, but it will teach you a lot of things. Okay, what was the lesson? He used to say, you should leave your newspaper and toilet, and these are the two things that you must find very neatly. Okay, and when you leave it neatly, or when you take a newspaper, you actually wanted to see it folded and it should be neat. You don't like the scattered papers. So as you expect from others, you have to give to others. Toilet also, we don't like to go to toilet if we go to other places, public toilets, because people will be making it dirty. But if it is neat, we will feel that, oh, it's nice. In such a way, if others are expecting in such a way, we must give it for others to use it in such a way. That's the lesson that he had given. That lesson was about showing consideration to others. How to consider? Because we are considering that means it should be neat. How others expect, we have to provide. Being small children, we were always enamored with the advertisements in the newspaper for transistor radios. We did not have one. We saw other people with radios, and each time there was an advertisement for Philips, Murphy or Bush radios, we would ask father when we could get one. Each time my father would reply that we did not need one because he already have 5 radios, alluding to his 5 sons. We also did not have a house of our own and would occasionally ask father as to when, like others, we would live in our own houses. He would give a similar reply. We do not need a house of our own. I already own 5 houses. His replies did not gladden our hearts. Nonetheless, we learned that it is important not to measure personal success and the sense of well being through material possession. Okay, another lesson that he has learned. Okay, when you acquire or when you possess a lot of things, you think that you are successful. That's not the thing. If you get a mobile phone, new mobile phone, you will feel that yeah, I got this thing, I'm great. No, never. Okay, and there are other things too. Means you will get a lot of happiness when you do simple things. Being one is that that was the time of transistor radios. You know that it was not time of television. So transistor radios were there. Transistor radios meaning is given a portable radio using circuits containing transistors rather than bulbs. Okay, and here when there was advertisement of transistor radios, they will ask father when we will buy one, but he will say that no, we don't want a radio because we have 5 radios. Okay, that means there are 5 children, that's why each one is similar to radio. What is the use of radio? It is news and also entertainment is there, and everything, all this whatever is there in the radio can be given by these children. He gave importance to children. Another thing was that they did not have a proper home, so they will ask when we will build one house. He told that no, we don't want a house because we have 5 houses. That means this is enough. The simple life is enough that he preferred. Even though they were not happy with that, his replies did not gladden our hearts. Gladden means they were not happy when they listened to this, but we learned that it is important not to measure personal success and a sense of well-being through material possession. Okay, that means there is nothing connected with success in possessing a lot of things. Okay, material well-being will not help us to earn success. If you are born in a poor family, it doesn't mean that you will become a great person. You can become a great person in spite of your poverty, in spite of your poor condition. There are chances. Government houses seldom came with fences. Mother and I collected twigs and built a small fence around our house. She had also planted some seedlings which began to bloom. Just at that time, my father's transfer order came. A few neighbors asked my mother why she was planting seeds that would only benefit the next occupant. She said, I must create a bloom in a desert, and whenever I am given a new place, I must leave it more beautiful than what I had inherited. That was my first lesson in success. It's not about what you create for yourself. It's what you leave behind that defines success. Okay, and in those days there was only very few houses had fences. Fences, that separate your land from others. Okay, but mother and I collected twigs. Small branches of trees, twigs, and built a small fence around our house. Okay, that's not out of these roads. It's out of twigs only. They made fences. She had also planted some seedlings which began to bloom. First they will make fences, and inside that they will plant some seedlings which began to bloom. And when it was about to bloom, they will be almost leaving because father will be getting transfer and they have to leave. So neighbors used to ask, why do you plant these seedlings? Because you cannot experience, you cannot have it. Okay, and the next occupant only will be having it. But what did she say? She said, I must create a bloom in a desert. What do you mean by bloom in a desert? Desert is a place where there is nothing. Okay, because it's completely dry and no plants will be there, nothing will be there. And if there are no things in a place, my duty is to make flowers there. That is a hard work. Okay, that means I have to do my hard work and maximum work, sincerity in the place wherever I am. Okay, sometimes in your classroom you can do a lot of things, or in your home you can do a lot of things, and it can make you something different. Okay, and I must leave it more beautiful than what I had inherited. When I got it, there was nothing, but it's my duty to leave this place with a lot of things. That was her reply. That was my first lesson in success. This is related to success. And what is the lesson? It's not about what you create for yourself. You can do a lot of things for you. That's not important. It's what you leave behind that defines success. Okay, that means when you do something or leave behind for others, that is success. When you plant a tree, you are not going to take the advantage of it. The future generation only will be taking the advantage of it. So when you plant a tree, actually you are doing a good to others. So actually that is success. When you do something for others, that is success. My mother began developing a cataract in her eyes when I was very small. At that time, the eldest of my brothers got a teaching job in Bhubaneswar. So it was decided that my mother would move to take care of him. As her appendage, I had to move too. For the first time in my life, I saw electricity in homes and water coming out of tap. It was around 1965 and the country was going to war with Pakistan. Okay, and when he was very small, his mother got cataract in her eyes, and also his brother got a teaching job in Bhubaneswar, so automatically the mother had to move along with the brother. He also had to move along with them. For the first time, he saw electricity there. That's a big city or town compared to this Goraput, and he saw electricity and water tap he saw. It was around 1965. The country was going to war with Pakistan, and he's talking about something else. My mother was having problems reading, and in any case, being Bengali medium educated, she did not know the Oriya script. So in addition to my daily chores, my job was to read her the local newspaper from beginning to end. That created me a sense of connectedness with the larger world. My mother was having problem reading. There was cataract in her eye, so she could not read, and being a Bengali medium educated, she did not know the Oriya script too. Local newspaper, everything is in Oriya language, so she cannot read Bengali, since she was educated in the Bengali medium, she cannot read Oriya script. So in addition to my daily chores, my job was to read her the local newspaper. He read the newspaper for her. That created me a sense of connectedness. What is the meaning of connectedness? That means he is connected to the other world, other areas, other people. There are a lot of incidents related to other people. So that was the another thing that he has learned. While reading out news about the war, I felt that I was fighting the war myself. Till date, I measure my success in terms of that sense of larger connectedness. And what is the connectedness that he got when he read newspaper for his mother? He understood that he is also part of this war. When India is fighting, we must feel that this is I also have to fight for India because I am a citizen of India, so it's my duty to save India. So he got that feeling. When India was fighting with Pakistan, he understood that he is also actually a member who has to defend India. So he felt that, and that means he's connected to this larger nation, India. He has to give himself for India. That taught him another lesson of larger connectedness. Okay, he's connected to a larger world. That is the another lesson that he has learned. Okay, children, this is enough for today. We'll read the rest in the next day. I'll send the meanings to you. Please study it. Okay. For this term, these two next unit test, these two lessons will be there. First thing is go kiss the world, and other one is against idleness and mischief. Okay. Thank you.